look who is here. My first ever professional camera. It's my little ZV E10. Finally, I have it in my hands.
So lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you.
I really have like mixed feeling towards it. I don't know how to describe it. It's not the perfect camera and there is no perfect camera, but it's the best choice for me, and here's why I decided to buy it after knowing all the pros and cons and watching tons of reviews and videos. Whoa. How's it going, guys? This is Mahdi.takach here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I do videos on tech, life experience stories, tips and tricks tutorials. So consider subscribing if you want to boost your knowledge in these areas. And let me reach the 250 subscriber mark. And thank you for making one of my videos reaching 1.2k views. It means a lot for me. Why I chose this camera over any other camera on the market. Short story that will serve my purpose and step up from shooting using my iPhone 12 Pro Max after mastering shooting videos with it in manual mode. Like the video you are now watching, I need something semi-complex for the transition to the professional cameras world, and the ZV E10 offers both options to me. At the end of the video, I will rage a bit and lose my temper on some annoying bullshit things I saw on YouTube, so stay tuned. Regarding camera design and feeling for this little guy, after watching videos on YouTube, people made me believe that this camera has a cheap build quality. I was worried about it, but to be honest, it's not like that, and I was shocked with the build quality. It has a decent build quality, I liked it. It's also compact and smaller than my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Look at it, but a little bit heavier. Concerning packaging, inside the package you will find 2 charging cables and 1 adapter, USB-A to C cable, battery, sun strip, windshield. The camera doesn't come with a memory card. For that I bought a 256GB Kingston Canvas Go Plus for just 36 euros. It's one of the most recommended memory card. And for sure, this little guy, the ZV E10 with the kit lens. Don't be surprised if you find the kit lens is directly connected to the camera. Regarding camera specs, I will state the specs of this camera for people who doesn't know anything about this camera. For sure, nerds know them by heart, but a fresh reminder is something good for all of us. Am I right? The camera comes with 24.2 megapixel APS-C external CMOS sensor that has a 1.5 crop factor compared to a full-frame camera. This sensor is much bigger than phone sensor around 10 times or 1-inch sensor around 2.7 times. This means better low-light capabilities, better dynamic range, and a better background blurry or bokeh compared to other smaller sensors. So I can have now some of the background blurry that we're all fighting for to have in our videos. I'm excited to that. On the top of the camera, you find 3 directional capsule mic with a windscreen that can be inserted in the hot shoe like that, a on-off button, a still movie slow and quick button to switch directly between photography, videography and slow motion, a background defocus to get directly and automatically the bokeh effect, recording and shutter buttons. On the left side you find the USB-C port, micro HDMI and a 3.5 headphone to monitor your voice, and microphone port to connect an external mic. At the back side you will find menu button and dials, product showcase button. Product showcase button allows when it's activated to move the focus directly to the product rather than sticking to your face. This means no weird movement to shift the focus to the product itself, like this act or something like those weird ninja things. You will also find a fully articulated 3-inch LCD screen. To be honest, this LCD screen made me upset a bit. I'm new to the cameras world, but I didn't know that cameras still have a really bad screen compared to any cheap phone. What's more annoying that the LCD screen is not fully touch screen. You can only use it to focus. I think that's so dumb. However, I think I can overcome this drawback by using my iPhone as an external monitor. The ZV E10 comes with the NP FW50 battery that lasts around 90 to 100 minutes straight 4K shooting. The weight of the ZV E10 is 343 grams compared to 228 grams for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The ZV E10 is not waterproof. You can charge the camera while you are shooting or streaming without the need of dummy battery. That's a good advantage. This camera shoots in 8-bit 6K with 100 or 60 bitrate, then the footage is downsampled to 4K 30 with small additional cropping, while no additional cropping with 4K 24 FPS. It can also shoot with Full HD up to 120 FPS. Sony great autofocus and eye tracking focus is very handful for a beginner like me. The ZV E10 has a tele light and a red recording rectangle on the LCD screen to mark that it's recording. No more repetition because you thought that you are recording, but in reality you are not. That's really painful. I just experienced it. Unfortunately, I have recorded everything, and because the phone stopped recording and didn't know that, I'm now repeating all the things that unfortunately no in-body stabilization or IBIS. You have 3 digital stabilization modes: off, standard and active. Active stabilization adds so much crop to the camera. For that reason, I would prefer to use the gyro data and stabilize the footage using Catalyst Browse software offered for free by Sony to stabilize the footage and get rid of rolling shutter and the jello effect that everybody is raging about it. As if when you are vlogging, you are jumping like a ninja from one side to another. Yeah, the rolling shutter is there and a faster sensor is definitely better, but do not exaggerate things. Sony ZV E10 can be used as a webcam directly without any software, but it will only support 720p or higher resolution when used with a capture card. Sony ZV E10 has an E-mount, that means technically a large variety of APS-C and full-frame lenses from Sony or third-party lenses like Sigma or Tamron. There are 13 picture effects like retrophoto, high contrast monochrome, HDR painting, and miniature. There also are 7 creative styles, for example, standard, portrait, landscape, sunset, black and white, 10 picture profile with many parameters like S-Log2, S-Log3, HLG. The ZV E10 has also 3 image quality: RAW, RAW and JPEG, and JPEG alone. Many other settings are available in the ZV E10 to enter the professional world. This camera can also shoot in vertical mode for social media without the need to make any adjustment in post. So for who is this camera? And after that, it's the rage time. The Sony ZV E10 is a great mirrorless camera to content creator and people like me who are seeking for a good combination between professional and easy to use camera, who wants something to rely on if they don't have time to tweak manual mode, and to have the full access to professional function when it's needed, plus to be able to extend their lenses lineup in the future. You can also use it later as a B cam when you upgrade on the run. The portability combined with lots of professional features make this camera almost a dream camera. But sadly, nothing is perfect. So if you are a ninja shooting footage while moving fast, you have either to get a gimbal or spend around 5 times more and get the Sony A7S III if you have that budget. Based on my research, I found that the A7S III is the only one that has true IBIS. Other cameras, people, they are complaining so much about them and they are saying that they didn't have a true IBIS or that great IBIS. They have IBIS, but it's not that great. Now let me rage a bit on some bullshit I saw on YouTube. Just to be clear and be honest with you, this is not a budget camera, this is a professional camera. Yeah, like you heard me, whoever trying to underestimate it, tell him to shut his mouth up. I am not talking solely about this camera, but any other camera you have. Why? Because if you take that guy who is bullshitting to the past, when he was only using his phone to shoot videos or photos, he would die to get a camera like this specs. This camera with 850 euros actually has almost the same features of Sony a6600 that costs around 1,800 euros with the kit lens. Some reviewers are like, what, this is a budget camera? While they are praising the a6600 as one of the best cameras in the market. They said this is a budget camera. Please define me budget, you're expert. One of the definitions, a budget is the amount of money that you have available to spend. This means the budget could be $1 to millions and billions depending on the person's financial situation. And who told you only the 3,000, 4,000 euros cameras are the only ones considered as professional cameras? In this sense, owners of 10, 20,000 and more cameras are looking to your 3,000 camera as a budget camera. And don't forget that your 850 budget camera is someone else's dream camera. And some people are using cameras that cost 400, 500 euros and doing amazing job. What's important is how you are using that camera and if it's serving your use case, not anyone else. Thus, if the camera is doing the job for you, then you can consider it as a professional camera for your use case. All my videos in this channel were shot with my iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I'm confident my video quality is better than those who have fancy cameras but don't know how to use them. And keep in your mind that there is no perfect camera for every use case and doesn't have flaws. because then cameras manufacturer can't upsell or making you upgrade next year. According to my application and my budget, I can consider this ZV E10 to be a pro camera for my use case. Now I can relax a bit. Please, if you reach this point, consider liking, commenting and subscribing. That's really important for the channel to grow. Don't choose wrong. See you in the next video. Peace. I'm going to test this guy.